Hello and welcome to Second Cycle Threads. My name is Rochelle, and I'll be your host to take you through lots of resourceful information that can help elevate and grow your business in the new year and beyond. If you struggle with making resolutions, this is the video for you. It's guaranteed to set you on the right path and take you through a journey that will help you make the right resolutions and actually keep them in the new year. I don't know about you, but a lot of people, myself included, make resolutions both for myself and well being and my business that we don't necessarily follow through on. And that is why I made this video to help someone out there who might be struggling and thinking, where exactly do I fit in? How do I make a resolution? What resolutions are actually worth it for my business? And how do I actually keep them? Let's dive in. So, you want to keep the plan simple and measurable. Simple and measurable means measurable for you. That means if you're someone who's not able to do maybe 10 tubs of clothing and list them in 6 hours, maybe that's not the plan. The plan might be to add maybe three new items to your eBay store, or add three new items to your Poshmark store, or simply just going through and making a plan that you could set for a day or 2 days and be able to see a result right after. Keeping it simple never goes wrong, especially in business. So you don't want to get stuck planning. Take action. A prime example of this is I wanted to start a YouTube channel to actually share valuable information. If I had waited, you would not be watching me today. It's the same thing with business. So if you're going through to clean up some shoes, if you're planning to dive into listing and actually taking all your measurements, any of those things, you don't want to get stuck writing it down, saving it in your phone, and then not actually follow through. Taking action related to your planning is what gets things moving and what will help you move forward in your business. So, the next one I think is a perfect tip for all of us. Basically, if you're like me, you might be the CEO, the model, the the driver, the pickupper, the mailman for your business, and that's completely okay. But the only way you're going to keep those simple plans, taking them from plans into action, is to get an accountability partner. And I think this is a core part of any business. Your accountability partner could be someone on Instagram, it could be someone you met at a show, it could be a fellow business owner, it could be your neighbor, but it has to be someone who actually cares about what you're doing as a business and cares about your success as well. A lot of times that happens to be ourselves, but unless you're going to take the steps to make notes, to check in with yourself and actually hold yourself accountable, it's good to get a separate partner who'll be able to check in to say, okay, we made this plan, we made this promise to ourselves to actually go through this bin of clothes, or to list 10 new items in the new year, or to actually go through and sort that death pile that you have, or sort through those vintage items. That accountable partner will be doing their items as well that you can check in, and that also helps motivate you because you don't want to show up empty-handed. This fourth one here is one that really can help you not just in business but in the new year in general, and that's shifting your perspective on work. So on a personal note, I always get sick. And one thing that has helped me in working on my business and actually putting in the time and energy is knowing that I get to work. This is a privilege for me that I have the energy and I'm healthy that certain day and I can whip through like 10, 15 items. And that has shifted my perspective because we do hard work. We did not pick passive income to do and get our value in. We pick something that's quite active. We're lifting up boxes. We might be bending down, taking measurements. We're stretching to take that highest shelf because that's where the item is. All of that, it actually helps if you shift your perspective. So you put joy into what you do, And that joy will translate in how you execute the work. So, shifting your perspective could be as simple as just reintroducing healthy self talk. It could be making notes, it could be just giving yourself a pause and think before you say something yourself, and also just practicing daily gratitude. So maybe you drove on the curb and you got like a box of new things. Maybe you went to that storage auction and you won, and now you have to actually work through clearing the storage unit. Well, guess what? You get to do that. You won that storage unit. That person donated their entire inventory to you if you're lucky. And all of that, if you shift your perspective, then you'll see a shift in your outcome. And guess what? This one is perfect for those of us planners who like to stick to the plan. One thing I've found in business is that it can be unpredictable, and that's completely okay. Your plans might shift. We all have different priorities. Our priorities shift. We have responsibilities outside of what we do in our hustle, or if this is your full time job. We all have things that come up, and changes are inevitable. Like, we're now in 2023. We saw what happened with 2020. No one could have planned for that. And so it's okay to revisit the plan. As you're checking in with yourself, as you made those plans simple and measurable in the first quarter or whenever your check-in point is, you want to actually go back and see, at the time when I made it, it might have been measurable, it might have been actionable, I might have had the best intentions, but is it actually doable now? Do you need to extend that timeline? Maybe you already finished all your plans, and so maybe you need to go back and add to that plan. It's okay to revisit the plan. It doesn't mean that you have failed, it doesn't mean that you haven't met the mark. This is your business, this is your investment. And so, how you approach it is unique to you, and it's okay to pivot as you learn throughout your business cycle. And just as an added bonus, as I only promised you 5 today, is to be patient with yourself. Treat yourself like you are the trainee. Would you walk into Walmart, Target, or any other store and start yelling at the trainee? If your answer to that is yes, maybe you need to make new New Year resolutions. But if you're like me, you're not, that person is new just like you were new at this at some point. And so turn that lens onto yourself and be patient with yourself in your business. Maybe you made a simple plan or something that someone said they did in a day. It doesn't mean that if you missed it, that you failed or that you're not going to be able to do it in the future. You want to be patient and kind to yourself. In checking in, you still want to celebrate the small wins. Maybe instead of doing 5 shirts, you did one, but you added measurements to that one, and that's completely okay. That's a win. I put my vote and 5 stars on that. That's a win, and you can take that into your business. So, just to sum up, we touched on 5 tips today, which was to keep the plan simple. Don't get stuck planning, take action. Find an accountability partner who actually cares about your success. Shift your perspective on work, and it's okay to revisit the plan. Bonus, be patient and kind with yourself. You are the trainee, you're always learning, you're always evolving, and your business will thank you for it. So, as you go throughout the new year, don't be afraid to adjust those resolutions. Don't be afraid to add to them. And as your business grows, so will your confidence. And I wish you a happy new year. I hope to see you again on this channel. And I hope to continue to bring great content. You can leave a comment below if you have already made your business resolutions. I'd be happy to learn them. I'll drop a couple of mine in the comments below as well. And if you have questions about like what resolutions could I even make for my business, feel free to ask those questions below and maybe we can brainstorm together. Thank you for stopping by. Again, my name is Rochelle, and this is Second Cycle Threads.